Wizard. Hi, I'm Everett Abrams, the Wizard of Wood. I'm here on a location where our DRP Enterprises and Deck Restoration Plus teams are working. It's an interesting project. You can see the background behind me is beautiful. It's a nice lake. And here we have an Ipe deck. And the Ipe is just beautiful. It came up really nice. What we did here is we did a combination of mesmers with the natural and the red mahogany to get this tone. And it puts up a nice, real nice tone here, as you can see. So anyway, this is the dock. It goes up to a bar that we're restoring, a little bar and a little outhouse that goes with the decor here. And then the log cabin, they've asked for an estimate as well, and we might be doing some work on there. Obviously, if you do good work on the rest of it, you get the whole job and the whole property. And that's what we do at DRP Enterprises and what our team does. So hopefully you can see that in this video. And if you have any questions, message us. If not, give us a call, 609-268-3436. That's our local number, 609-268-3436, and see how we can make your outdoor living space look just as nice as this one. As we continue looking at the property, you can see where we're doing the outhouse. Some people will call it a pool house. There's not a pool here because we have a lake, so we'll call it the little lake house. But anyway, this is where they do the entertaining. They have a bar out here, which we'll show you in a minute. But we can see the staining here. This is one of the key things when you hire DRP Enterprises is we're the professionals. We know how it's done. Painters usually don't know how to do this work. Some do, the real good ones do. But a lot of them don't. They paint from the top down, you paint over everything, that's great. Can't do that when you stain, because when you stain, you gotta stain from the bottom up, which is what Luis is doing behind me. The reason we do that is because if you drip, that becomes your first coat. And then if you put two coats on, the drips are your third coat, and it looks like freckles all over the siding of the house when it's dry. Stains and sealers, one of their characteristics is they repel themselves. So if you're working from the bottom up and you drip on something already stained, you just brush it in and you don't see it. If you go from the top down like a painter would, that's where you make the mistakes. And that's typically what we see when we see these mistakes made on a wood-sided home. You won't get that with DRP Enterprises because we know what we're doing. We're the pros, and that's how you do it. So let's take a look. We're gonna come over here and we're gonna take a look at the bar and some work we're doing here at the bar as well, which is a little different. All right, and here we are, we're working on the outdoor bar. And this isn't something you run into a lot, but we'll run into it even with carpentry damage and so forth. And another reason why people use DRP Enterprises and Deck Restoration Plus in our team. So we have here is a bar that was a peeling mess, had some rot in it. We're going to get rid of it. So it's a temporary fix at one point to get us, it's a band-aid to get to the next place. However, if this was a vertical surface, we would use the carpentry damage, we would fix that. And you're pretty good because the wood doesn't move as much. However, when we start talking about horizontal surfaces, you're going to get some expansion and contraction, which is what exactly has happened here. So what we're going to do here is we've already stripped it, we've sanded it, had a poly on it. There's still some dark in the grain. We're going to still sand this up again, but we're actually filling this in the putty. And what we do here, which is really neat, is once you use the putty, it's going to look different than the rest of the wood. So what we're going to do here is we're actually going to use a stain. So we'll use something like a darker brown, more of a more opaque tone, which kind of will blend in with the natural. That way it doesn't look so different where you have this light and then your other tone. So it'll kind of blend in a little. It's not going to be perfect, but it'll be better than what it is. And that'll be a band-aid until they replace the bar, which they have future plans to do. If this was a vertical surface, carpentry damage, we would put the putty in, put like a brown stain, more opaque, and then put our natural over top or whatever that lightly tinted sealer would be. And then what happens is they actually look like knots. It's very natural. So that's what we're doing here. Anyway, it's a pretty neat project when you look at everything from the dock and decking out by the water to the little lake house we have here and the bar. There's a few different things going on. Now let me show you what we're going to do in the future. To conclude the video here, this behind me is a log cabin. It's a lakefront log cabin community in Medford Lakes, New Jersey, and this is a lot of the work we do. We're going to give them an estimate on restoring the logs. And I had somebody already do the railings when they moved in. They're fairly new owners to the property, and they're getting stuff done. And the logs will do. So this is what we do usually with, in this community there's a lot of wood. So we do anything from decks to docks to the bars, the outhouses, the sheds, whatever they are. And then the cabins, we do the chinking, staining, all the restoration and so forth. So that's what we're going to do here. Typical again of what we do at DRP Enterprises Deck Restoration Plus. Anything exterior wood, that is us. So again, give us a call at 609-268-3436 and we can get you scheduled with your estimate and make your outdoor living space look better than ever. It'll be the best place you can spend your staycation moving forward.